up? I am Emily and I want to welcome each and every one of you back to my channel. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed already, you can do that simply by clicking the little red button down below. It's free, it's easy, and it makes sure that you don't miss a single one of my videos because I know that you are trying to miss out on the party that goes on here on my channel. Today's video, I am breaking down how I cover my acne foundation routine. This is a very full coverage, multi-step routine that I use when I want to be a little bit more glam and put in a lot more effort and I want to cover my acne. I don't do this every single day, but when I am going to do a full face of makeup, I make sure to do a couple extra steps to ensure that you can't see my acne. I have very severe redness and scarring. I know that some people have it worse, some people have it less. I'm just uncomfortable with mine. I do have a video all about acne and how to deal with it. I'll have that linked down below. But I'm not gonna lie, I wanna cover my acne. Yes, I'm confident in my skin and the acne doesn't bother me as much as anymore, but I also don't want a bunch of blotchy red spots all over my face. I don't think anybody does. So today I'm just breaking down those steps for you guys, showing you step by step why I love the products and how I use them as well. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Okay, so the first thing I like to do when I am putting on my makeup is, first of all, wash my face. You want to make sure that you're starting with a clean base. Let's say it's been in the evening, you washed your face this morning. I don't always think that it's necessary to re-wash your face, but using a makeup wipe or any type of like micellar water, there are a lot out there on the market. And so just refreshing your skin, getting it back to that clean base is gonna make your makeup go on a lot smoother. The first step that I like to do is moisturize. This is really important for everybody. Any skin type, any skin tone, any issues that you have, moisturizing is really, really important. Some of my favorites are the Aveeno Positively Radiant Daily Moisturizer. To be honest, I started using this lotion because Jennifer Aniston was in the ad and I was like, hey, if it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me. But I actually fell in love with it. I love this product. Not only because it feels nice on my skin, it's like the perfect consistency. It's not too thick, but it's not too runny at the same time. But it also has SPF. Now, SPF is really important for everybody, but in specifically people with acne or people with fair skin. And I happen to have both. The last step before actually putting on our makeup is our primer. I am a huge believer in primers. Once again, I think it's just that extra layer of barrier between your skin and those kind of cakey liquids and powders and all that kind of stuff. So some of my favorite primers are kind of pore minimizing primers. That's just what I personally tend to go for because I do have large pores like right in this area and weirdly like up on my upper lip. So some of my favorite primers for that is the Benefit Porefessional. This is obviously a high-end product, but I think it's worth every penny. First of all, it lasts so long. It works perfectly. It looks amazing even without makeup on, which is one of the reasons I really love it. It isn't so slick and greasy that you feel like your makeup is sliding around on top, but it is also kind of very silky smooth on your skin. The next thing that I do is color correct. Now, this is my full coverage foundation, like I said. I don't do this on the day-to-day if I'm running errands, but when I really want to kind of combat that redness and I really want to help my acne, this is what I do. My favorite color correcting concealer is the NYX HD Studio Concealer in green. This stuff is amazing. There are a lot of green concealers on the market. I believe LA Girl has a pro concealer. Naked or Urban Decay has the Naked Skin ones. There are just a lot out there. This is the one that I find that I like the most. I also just love their concealers and all their products in general. So I'm gonna apply that all over my redness, which is specifically around my mouth. Now that I look like a little green monster, what I like to do is actually go in with a brush for this step. This is a Sigma tapered kabuki brush, and I'm just gonna pat that in. Now that all that's done and I kind of look a little crazy, we're gonna go in with foundation. There are a lot of options when looking at foundations, and it's really just up to what you like best. But when we're talking about covering acne, one of my favorite things to use is the It Cosmetics Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Cream. They have a regular one and they also have an illuminating one. I like them both equally, but I also have repurchased the regular one multiple times, whereas I've only bought the illuminating one once. One of the many things that I love about the CC creams is, one, it smells amazing. I think that they smell like oranges, which makes sense because there's like vitamins A, E, D, and C, which C is like the citrus vitamin that a lot of citric fruits have in them, like oranges, duh. But I also really like this because it is marketed as a CC cream. Color correcting, CC, makes sense, right? But never thought about using a CC cream. The thing I think that deters people from using BB and CC creams is that they tend to be very lightweight. They tend to be very light coverage. But the It Cosmetics is full coverage. It is the fullest coverage I've ever found in a foundation that I really like and that works for my skin. I use a foundation brush, this one's from Real Techniques, to spread the product all over my skin and get that even light coat. And then I will go in with a beauty blender, the Real Techniques sponge, anything that works for you, even if you love a brush. Then go in with that afterwards. I personally like to use a cosmetic sponge because we are putting so many products on our face, it can be really easy to get cakey. And with the beauty blender or the Real Techniques sponge, it just kind of absorbs any excess product that you don't need on your face. Now, the next step is going to be to conceal. Concealing is not only going to brighten your face and give it a little bit more depth, but it's also going to kind of cover up that redness and the green even more. Sometimes if I'm really fair, the green will show through my foundation, and we don't want that. We don't want to expose our secrets. So you want to make sure that all that green is covered. My favorite concealer is, once again, the NYX concealer. This is the NYX HD. But this one is not green. This one is in the shade Fair. I also can use the shade Porcelain, either one or two, depending on how dramatic or how subtle I want to go. But let's be real, nothing about me is subtle, so we're gonna go with the lightest shade. I like to put this concealer underneath my eyes, around my mouth, anything that needs to be extra concealed, my nose, my cupid's bow, just to kind of blend everything together. Then I will go back in with that Real Techniques sponge. That's just gonna blend everything out, pick up any excess product, make sure that we aren't looking cakey. The next step is going to be to setting all of this. I like to set for a couple of reasons. First of all, I am oily, so I wanna make sure that everything is staying in place, nothing sliding around. We also don't want any of our makeup moving and exposing any of that green. Like I said, this is a secret, girl. Nobody's supposed to know you're wearing green concealer under there. You also want to make sure that you aren't letting a lot of oil sit on your skin, because that, once again, can cause acne. Whether you want to use a pressed powder, loose powder, translucent, colored, whatever, make sure that you're using some type of powder to cover your face and to set that makeup in. I will show you a pressed powder and a loose powder that are both my favorite. Once again, a NYX product. I promise this video is not sponsored by NYX, but hey NYX, if you want to sponsor me, I'm open. Email down in the description below. So I really like the NYX finishing powder. This is the translucent powder. I like this because I think that loose powders tend to give you a little bit more of a flawless airbrush finish. I also like this because it matches any skin tone. Translucent powder matches really dark women or really light women as well. Another one of my favorite powders is the Dermablend Professionals. This is an intense powder camo in the shade Almond. I really like this because I believe that Dermablend is a skincare company as well. They produce skincare grade cosmetics, and I just really like that. Plus, this powder gives me a little bit more coverage as well. So depending on how severe my acne is, I will go in with this a little bit too to kind of give myself a little bit more coverage. I also really like this Dermablend powder because you can wear it by itself with a little bit of concealer, powder, you're good to go, you're out the door, you don't have to do all of this stuff. I like to go in with a fluffy brush, but not too fluffy of a brush. I'll use the Real Techniques buffing brush. This just gives me enough density to get it on my face, but not so dense that I'm literally like packing pounds and pounds of powder on my face. Alrighty, so that is everything for my face. I'm gonna go and do the rest of my makeup, and then we'll be back to finish up our little foundation routine. Alrighty, so I just finished all my makeup. Don't ask me how I ended up with like this semi-glam extreme wing cat eye. I'm not quite sure, but I'm kind of liking it. But anyways, not the point of this video. Why do I always ramble? I'm not really sure. Anyways, As you can see, the redness is practically gone. I'm gonna zoom you guys in to really get an up close and personal look. As you can see, I haven't edited this at all, mainly for the fact that I don't know how to edit video like that. You can see where some of the bumps are, but that honestly doesn't bother me. It's the redness that bothers me. So a lot of this is pretty, you can't even see any redness. Up here in between my eyes where there was a lot of redness, it's all gone. This thing over here, you can still see redness, but I think part of that is because I was going over it a lot with powder, kind of getting rid of some of that foundation. Yeah, I mean, I think that this came out really nice. So if you guys have any tips for me or questions, make sure to leave a comment down below asking me about color correcting or different videos you want to see with different color correcting products. I would absolutely love to do that for you guys too. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Liking my videos just helps me know that you guys enjoyed the video and that you guys want to see more videos like it. For instance, if you like this video, you want to see more makeup tutorials, you want to see more acne kind of type of videos, all that kind of stuff. Do you feel me? I think you do. Alrighty guys, so that is gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!
You 1 in a million.